2nd of June 2015. A very good evening and welcome to Primetime News. My name is Sonali Wanigabadage.
Hello there, very good evening to all our viewers. I'm Joel Outskun. We start off with a look at this evening's headline-making stories.
Religious events held across the island in line with Poson Full Moon Poya Day. Irregularities at the Colombo Stock Exchange directed to the Securities and Exchange Commission. Former President reveals of another side on road development in the past. Samantha Vidyaratna bemoans the fate of unemployed graduates. Infant in Sooriyawewa drowns in a canal.
Poson Full Moon Poya Day is marked today. Several religious events and ceremonies have been organised centering Anuradhapura and across the island to mark Poson Full Moon Poya Day, which is of a great historical significance to Sri Lanka.
Poson Poya Day is noteworthy to Sri Lankan Buddhists as the day on which Emperor Asoka's son, Arahat Mahinda, officially introduced Buddhism to the island upon his arrival to Mintale in Anuradhapura in the 3rd century BC. King Devanam Pitesa, who was on a deer hunt, came across Arahat Mahinda. Thereby, Sri Lanka was introduced to Buddhism that came along with a culture of arts, education and agriculture, attributing to the creation of a pious civilization. When the Poson Poya Day comes to mind, our thoughts go immediately to the Chaitagiri Vihara in Sanchi. The Chaitagiri Vihara, located at the World's Heritage Site Sanchi, is a place connected with King Asoka. This location is of great significance because Arahat Mahinda and Sangamita lived at the Chaitagiri Vihara. It is also from this location that Arahat Mahinda commenced the journey to bring the Dhamma to Sri Lanka. Sangamita brought with her a sapling of the bo tree. When considering all these factors, Sanchi is a location that is very close to us.
And in news from the President's Diary this evening, President Maithripala Sirisena attended a number of religious events organised in line with Poson Poya Day, which is marked today.
The 4th edition of the series of Sadham Yatra Dhamma sermons held on every Poya Day took place today at the Dimbulagala Aranya Senasanaya. The President, who arrived at the Dimbulagala Aranya Senasanaya, which is of great historical value, first called on the chief incumbent Venerable Maldenye Janalankara Thero, who had taken ill. Subsequently, President Maithripala Sirisena attended the Sadham Yatra Dhamma sermon. The Rice Dhansal, organised for the 55th time by the Polonnaru Buddhist Association, was declared open by President Maithripala Sirisena. The Rice Dhansal was opened after President Maithripala Sirisena presented arms to the Maha Sangha. The President also served those arriving at the Dhansal as well. The Dhansal will continue until Thursday.
A large number of religious programs were held across the island in view of Poson Full Moon Poya Day.
Religious observances were held at the vicinity of the Jayasri Mahabodhiya today. Devotees in their numbers flocked to the temple to engage in religious observances. The 69th annual Melchirapura Siri Sangabo Poson Tonsillar in Kurunegala, which is considered as the country's biggest Tonsillar, will be held for 3 days commencing today and will be open to the public around the clock. Poson Udaniya, which is the official state Poson celebration, got underway at the Aluvihara in Matale today under the guidance of State Minister of Cultural Affairs Nandimitru Ekanaika. Poson Udaniya will be held for 4 days. The sacred relics of Lord Buddha and the Maharab Theros will be displayed at the vicinity of the Poson Udaniya. The 9th annual Rice Dhansal organised by the United National Party was held at the Sirikota party headquarters. The Dhansal was declared open by Minister Ravi Karunanayake. The Rice Tonsillar was held at the Kitsirimewan Vihara in Kalaniya this morning. The Tonsillar was declared open by Western Provincial Councillor Susil Kidalpitia. The Rice Tonsillar was organized by the Kitsirimewan Youth Organization and was held for the 6th consecutive time. A Rice Tonsillar organized by the North Hokamdara Ambaragoda Youth Association was held this afternoon. A Rice Tonsillar was organized by the Youth Bodusavi Association and was held at the tourist zone in Unawatana Gaol. The 12th annual Rice Tonsillar organised by the Polgas Ovida Siambalangoda Youth Society commenced this afternoon. The Dambulu Katikava Society organised a Tonsillar comprising of delicacies made out of local ingredients used in ancient times. The Tonsillar was held at the Gamudana grounds in Dambula. Meanwhile, a Roti Tonsillar was held in Dambula under the auspices of MP Janakamanda Rathenakon and was organised by the Dambula Youth Society. The 5th annual Roti Tonsillar was held at the Colombo Junction situated on Robert Gunawatana Mavata in Batharamulla. A program was held to provide spectacles free of charge in Kurunagala.
The Biyagama Posun Udanya, which will be held for 3 days, is currently underway in the vicinity of the Sri Punvardhana Rama Vihara in Siambalape, Biyagama. The Biyagama Posun Udanya is organized by the Ruan Vijayabodhana Buddhist Foundation.
The sacred hair relic of Lord Buddha was taken to the Biyagama Posun Udanya this morning from the Bhunupitiya Gangarame temple. The sacred hair relic of Lord Buddha, which was given to the government of Sri Lanka by Bangladesh, will be taken to Biyagama so that devotees will be able to pay homage to the sacred relic. The sacred hair relic will be on display at the Posun zone. We would like to request the public and area residents to pay homage to the sacred relics. Subsequent to religious observances at the Gangarama temple this morning, the sacred relic then made its way to Biyagama under the auspices of State Minister of Defence Ruan Vijayabodhana. The sacred relic was transported in a procession from the Siamlampe junction to the Sri Punyavandana Ramya Vihara. Thereafter, devotees were granted the opportunity to pay homage to the sacred relic. Devotees will be granted the opportunity to pay homage to the sacred relic until 10 tonight.
Our
country was able to create citizens who are respectful and decent because of the Buddhist culture. That is why, as Buddhists, we have to make an effort to protect Buddhism. Buddhism is needed in order to help the country.
The Poson Kalapaya of the Situl Paur Rajamaha Vihara was declared open today by Minister of Housing and Samurthi Sajith Premadasa.
Minister Sajith Premadasa and his mother Hema Premadasa called upon the chief incumbent of the Situl Paur Vihara. They then observed an offering of milk rice. Later, the Poson Kalapaya got underway with the unveiling of the sacred relics of Lord Buddha.
මේ විහාරස්ථානයේ සිදුවුණු ඒ ඓතිහාසික සංවර්ධනමය කටයුතු
Government sponsorship must be granted on behalf of this vihara without tarnishing its historical value and development. In the memory of my late father, I will construct a Dhamma house in the future. I happily state that I will construct it within this holy ground.
මම කටයුතු කරනවා කියන එකත් ඉතාමත්ම සතුටින් මතක් කර සිටිනවා.
The Lassana Hakmana Posun zone, organized in line with Posun Poya Day, commenced today, centering the Hakmana town in Mathura.
Organized for the 4th time, the Hakmana Posun zone will continue until Sunday. The Posun zone comprises of Bhakti song performances, dances and cultural exhibitions. The 78th edition of the Mihindu Maha Perahara, organized by the Jayasumana Rama Temple, will parade the streets on Thursday. The Lassana Hakmana Posun zone, organized by the Lakshmanya Babe Wardena Foundation, is supported by the Hakmana Divisional Secretariat, the Hakmana Pradesh Sabha and the police.
The sacred Nisaka Kapila Vastu relics will be displayed at the Sri Jayasumana Ramya Vihara on the 5th and 6th of this month. This will be a special occasion and it will be the last time that the sacred relics will be displayed here.
In tonight's developing story, the Colombo Stock Exchange says it has directed information on alleged offences in the markets to the Securities and Exchange Commission. The CEO of the Colombo Stock Exchange, Rajapaksa, made this comment at the launch of the CSE Annual Report 2014.
The launch of the Annual Report 2014 of the Colombo Stock Exchange was launched in Colombo yesterday. Journalists raised questions over alleged malpractices said to have taken place at the CSE.
There have been many accusations about pump and dump between 2011 and 2012. What steps have the CSE taken to bring the perpetrators to book?
Not everything that we report or refer may end up in being a case that can be proven. So what we do is we identify what we feel perhaps maybe suspected cases of those offences, and that we do through a process of having certain surveillance systems and mechanisms, and we have been doing that continuously for the last so many years. We have been doing it as a continuous process, and we continue to do that. So our role is really limited to identify at a preliminary level of those offences, and of course reporting it to the regulator, which we have done.
CSE has very limited regulatory powers. Most of them are related to how we react with the brokers. But beyond that, the whole power of dealing with regulation, including punitive action, is with the SEC. What we can do is certain things we have reported, but after that SEC has to take action.
Newsfirst contacted Tushar Jairatne, the Director of External Relations and Surveillance at the Securities and Exchange Commission in this regard. He said that investigations are underway and details of these investigations will only be revealed once they are completely over. He went on to note that all activities undertaken by the SEC are done to protect the interest of the investors. Jairatne went on to add that so far this year, the SEC had not come across any major irregularities in the Colombo Stock Exchange.
Welcome back to the news on one of our headline-making stories this evening. Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that parties which questioned him on money allocated for road development projects are the very same individuals he helped in the recent past. He made this statement at an event held in Ambalantota yesterday.
There was a commotion yesterday about two loans we obtained from two banks, wondering if the 50 billion and 29 billion rupees went to Madhamulana. You cannot just spend that sort of money. There was an era when the roads had to be carpeted in fear that Sajid would come there.
Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa expressed his thoughts on Shiranti Rajapaksa being questioned by the FCID at the opening ceremony of a dormitory and a Dharmasala at the Ramba Rajamaha Vihara in Ambalantota.
Minister Vijit Vijayamuni Soiza says that conspiracies to remove President Maithripala Sirisena as chairman of the SLFP will not be successful. He made this statement while responding to questions at an event held today.
They cannot make such evictions after holding discussions in irrelevant places. If it is so, it will come to pass through the SLFP Central Working Committee. There is an all-island Central Working Committee operating under the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. There is an executive committee. These are the committees that can carry out such activities. But despite all that, according to the party's constitution, according to the book, if the executive president is from the Sri Lanka Freedom Party or the United People's Freedom Alliance, he will be the chairman of the party. Therefore, there will be no eviction of any sort.
A meeting was convened today under the patronage of Uva Provincial Councillor Samantha Vidyaratna to address issues pertaining to unemployed graduates in the Badalu district.
The meeting was held this morning at the Uva Provincial Council Hall. I came across a poem recently on Facebook. It was about unemployed graduates. In its second stanza it said,
Poster gasannim, patrika bedannim, meti emetto hamuvi, rakiyawak soyannim. Hamatanam maruel, atmiye parandel, bidapiri muvalye, atagahunu angawalye, painyana porawal, meti emetto gad pita, adin hati atal, aperate vadima baldula tin rupila nevei.
It is not the value of the rupee that has slumped in the country, it is the value of degrees. If you consider the situation of the country at present, it is not the rupee that has slumped, it is the political system. Livelihoods have deteriorated more than the political system. Degrees have collapsed more than the lives. We live in such a country at present.
Welcome back. The Ranbhumi Rally for Unity, which is spreading the message of unity and coexistence, completed 26 days of its journey today, having passed 78 towns. The rally, which is aimed at fostering unity among communities, commenced today's leg of the journey from Sooriyawewa amidst the wishes of a large crowd.
The Ranbhumi Rally for Unity, which seeks the contribution of every Sri Lankan for the future development of the country, reached Sooriyawewa today, accepting the blessings of the hundreds who had gathered to wish the rally. As the motorcycles that joined the Ranbhumi Rally, one motorcyclist caught the attention of our camera lens. He rode together with the convoy along with his two daughters, adding his heartfelt contribution to the effort to build unity in the country.
I saw in the television that the rally was travelling across the country. I told my father if the rally reaches Sooriyawewa, we too must see it.
I thought that we must definitely be a part of this. I am travelling as far as possible with this rally. I am proud to have joined the effort undertaken by the MTV MBC network.
The Ranbhumi Rally for Unity, which is travelling with the wishes of all Sri Lankans, was extended a warm welcome in Sooriyawewa. This massive crowd flocked together as one, highlighting the fact of national unity and the strength of coexistence. As in other parts where the people flock together for the nation, the people of Sooriyawewa swarmed the town centre to etch their mark on the Ranbhumi Rally for Unity.
Sri Lankans must work together. No one else has spread this message like this. It was the MTV MBC network that has given life to this concept. We have always been in debt to the MTV MBC media network. I request for the MTV MBC network not to stop this and continue many more such programs. We will stand by you.
This is a program that will cast aside all differences.
I am thankful for organizing such an initiative bringing together all communities.
The Ranbhumi Rally for Unity then made its way towards the next stop of the day, Amblipitia, amidst the warm wishes from the people of Sooriyawewa. The people had lined up the streets awaiting the arrival of the Ranbhumi Rally for Unity, which is taking the message of coexistence across the nation. Giving priority to multi-religious observances, the hospitality of the people of Amblipitia made the ceremony more colourful.
ඇත්තෙම ගොඩාක් හොඳ වැඩසටහනක්.
එක ජාතියක් වශයෙන් අපි ඉදිරියට යන්න ඕන.
ජාතික හැඟීමක් ඇතුව සියලු දෙනා එකම සිංහල ජාතියක් විදියට ඉදිරියටම ගියොත් ඊටාම විශිෂ්ට ජයග්‍රහණයක් රට ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන්.
The name of Amblipitia was then etched on the Ranbhumi Rally, adding the town's contribution to the development of the nation and coexistence.
The people of Amblipitia extend their wishes to this endeavour. This program brings about unity and peace among communities. This is a journey of togetherness. We will continue to bless this task undertaken by the MTV MBC network.
The Ranbhumi Rally for Unity then proceeded towards its final stop of the day, Sooriyawewa, with the wishes extended by all those who cheered from the roadside. The people of Sooriyawewa cast aside all differences and came together to make their contributions to the Ranbhumi Rally for Unity. Organised by the MTV MBC networks, Newsfirst, the National Youth Services Council and the Colombo Port City project will mark day 27 of its journey tomorrow. The Ranbhumi Rally for Unity will commence its journey tomorrow opposite the Ratnapura Clock Tower at 9 am and will reach Kalabana at 11 am. The rally will conclude its journey for tomorrow at the Deniyaya bus stop.
Join us now for the nation's biggest rally for unity.
We at News First would like to sincerely thank the National Youth Services Council and the Colombo Port City for rendering their support to make the Ranbhumi Rally for Unity a resounding success. Remember, you too can keep yourself up to date on the journey of the Ranbhumi Rally on social media, raising the hashtag Rally for Unity.
Brick by brick, our hearts become one. Ranbhumi Rally for Unity. 2nd June, 9 am Sooriyawewa, 11 am Amblipitia, 2 pm Godakavala. 3rd June, 9 am Ratnapura, 11 am Halavana, 2 pm Deniyaya. 4th June, 9 am Urubokka, 11 am Muravaka, 2 pm Akurasa. Join us now for the nation's biggest rally for unity.
Brick by brick, our hearts become one. Become a key stakeholder in national unity. A golden opportunity for schoolgoers. Join in the designing of the Unity Monument. Submit your design on an A4 sheet of paper before the 5th of June. Send in your submissions to Ranbhumi Rally, MTV Channel Private Limited, 45/3, Braybrook Place, Colombo 2.
You're watching the news at night on MTV Sports. Still in local news, a three-wheeler burned to ashes this afternoon close to the Parakrama Samudra on the Polonnaruwa-Colombo main road. Preliminary investigations have revealed that a short circuit in the three-wheeler had led to the fire.
A three-wheeler plying from Bakamura to Somavati had thus caught on fire. Eyewitnesses say the three-wheeler, which was parked opposite the Polonnaruwa Archaeological Office for several hours as a result of heavy traffic, had suddenly burst into flames.
They said it was on fire. When we looked, there was fire underneath. We could not even save our bags.
We were travelling from behind. At once the three-wheeler stopped. There was smoke coming from under it. Then it caught on fire. There was money and several other belongings in there as well. 13,000 rupees belonging to my wife turned into ashes.
The fire was doused after the fire extinguishing unit of the Thammankadu Divisional Secretariat in Polonnaruwa was called in.
The suspect, who was arrested while in hiding in the forest area after abducting a 6-year-old, has been placed in remand custody.
The 6-year-old girl fell victim to this suspect as she did not arrive at the three-wheeler which takes her home after school. This individual had tricked the girl and taken her into the wood, and the quick intervention of the locals prevented that could have been the most traumatic event the girl would have faced in her life. Meanwhile, a 1-year and 8-month-old child who had freed herself from her parents' attention died after falling into a canal near her house. She had met with this tragedy while both her parents were at home this morning. As her parents are both government servants, she is taken care of by her grandmother. However, in this day, the grandmother had gone to the temple.
Up next is our special investigative journalism segment, Action TV.
15 years ago, Digavapia fell prey to politics. As a result of there being no civil administration in Digavapia and surrounding areas at the time, certain factions alleged that the historic Digavapia Chaitya, which is open to the world, was being bulldozed. Public debates were also held at the time between the accusers and the subjects of the accusations. When civil administration was restored and travel to and from Digavapia was rendered safe, it was revealed that there had been no damage to the Digavapia Chaitya as claimed by certain persons 15 years ago. While a safe environment was established for excavations and conservation to take place in Digavapia, the competent authorities must now inquire into whether the attention that the Department of Archaeology is paying to Digavapia is in line with its historical significance. The excavation project first commenced in 2010 and was abandoned 3 months later. It was recommenced in 2011. The purpose of the excavation was to ascertain if the Digavapia Chaitya was established under the Mahayana school of Buddhism. The Department of Archaeology has failed to compile an estimate of the cost of the Digavapia project as a result of an individual with no technical knowledge being appointed as the Assistant Director of Archaeology for the Eastern Zone. Furthermore, as a result of the supervision of the archaeological dig being entrusted to an unsuitable person, it is possible that it may take some time to ascertain if this Chaitya was established under the Mahayana school of Buddhism. This project, which was initiated with a grant of 20 million rupees from the Central Cultural Fund and a loan of 27 million rupees from a state bank, has been suspended by the Department of Archaeology at present, foregoing payments that should have been made to Civil Defence Force personnel who had been serving here from December 2014 to March this year.
The rainy season is coming. If the Chaitya is left unprotected in this way, it will certainly be destroyed.
While conducting an archaeological dig is time-consuming and meticulous work, when considering the manner in which excavation has been carried out in the recent past, one wonders if the objective is to recover artifacts in pieces.
Digavapia is a resource for the global Buddhist community. I do not need to tell you about the harm that is caused when unsuitable persons are appointed for a project of this scale. It is easily understood. I request that work on the conservation of this Chaitya be done correctly using suitable people.
Secretary to the President, this is over to you.
Another phase of the Samadhi Kakulu program took place this morning in Mathura.
High nutrition packs were presented to low-weight children in Mathura this morning under the Samadhi Kakulu Suwasita program, which was presided over by UMP MP Buddhika Patirana.
As you know, politics that I follow is always to do something for the people. My politics does not include boasting and line at meetings in the villages. During the elections, our politics is not divided. I do not follow the practice of filling our fake employment forms and establishing fake communities. We will work for you even after the elections and until we reach the next election.
In some local sports, the second Sri Lanka International Challenge Badminton Championship got underway at the Sukatadasa Indoor Stadium today. Close to 175 shuttlers from 23 countries are competing in the tournament. While this tournament is categorized A Division 4 tournament in international badminton rankings, Denuka Karunaratne is the only Sri Lankan shuttler to be ranked among the top 10 in the men's singles for this tournament. Niluka Karunaratne is ranked 17th. The semi-finals of the tournament will be held on Friday and the finals will be held on Saturday.
And that's a wrap from all of us here at News First. I'm Sonali Vanigabaduge.
And I'm Joel Outskun. Thank you very much for stopping by for the news at 9. I'm Joel Outskun. Have yourself a great day ahead.